I know you've had quite a year. So first of all, how are you doing? And second of all, I know you've had some tragedy, but you are welcoming a new addition to your family. So how has it been, and how excited are you to welcome someone?
Yeah, let's redefine that word. I think we've had obstacles to overcome, but certainly not a tragedy, right?
Okay.
We didn't lose anybody. And if I look at, I remember that day as we drove away and the Palisades was on fire, like I had my wife and I have these 3 beautiful children and we've got one coming on the way, and it's just a matter of, perpetual pivots. It's forced evolution, but it's evolution. And we're, approaching it with as much optimism and hope as you can. I had this conversation with my 8-year-old, which is that anytime anything in life is happening, you can put on a lens of optimism and hope and say, these are the things that I hope can happen, these are the things that I want to happen, or you can put on a lens of fear and pessimism. And what happens in that moment is that future, as you look through those lenses, that's what you start working towards, subconsciously or consciously. And the beauty of that story is you're the hero of the story. You get to decide what lens you put on. And so when you put on the lens of hope and optimism, that becomes so clear in your future as far as what it is you're working towards. So that's how we're approaching all this. And I think it's, there's a lot of obstacles, but we're doing good. Thank you for asking.
I feel like the last time we spoke to you, you were still on NCIS, so it's so nice to talk to you behind the scenes.
Last time I agreed to an interview, I think I was on NCIS.
How does it feel to be part of a show that is so fan and critically acclaimed, but behind the scenes?
Perpetually surreal. This idea, when we talked about it in 2021, the journey to get where we are, where, first it was getting Jenny, then it was getting Kathy, and then it was getting Sky, putting together this cast and this script that was incredible. Like every step of the way exceeded all expectations, to the point now where, you go on Rotten Tomatoes and you have 100, and you've got a show that's the number 2 show on TV, the number 1 new show, and 20 million people are watching it. And I wear this Matlock hat everywhere because people are always like, what are you doing? What are you up to now? And I always get to talk about Matlock and get, viewer by viewer by viewer. And it's amazing the impact the show philosophically has on people. And I think originally the idea came from watching my grandma's age and watching my mom age, and becoming invisible in the eyes of so many, and Jenny taking that and turning it into a masterpiece. And I couldn't be more proud and grateful to be a part of it.
And the last time a network show has won was 24 in 2006, and the last time an actress has won was Viola Davis 10 years ago. So what would it mean to see both this show and Kathy recognized for their work?
I think CBS and Emmy said it when they were like, broadcast is back. Like, we crave this television, and this specific television, this is the best version of it. Kathy Bates is a national treasure. And watching her work, like sitting behind the monitors and watching these takes, I can't tell you how many times I've been moved to tears by moments. And there's a quote that I think is coming out in Vanity Fair where I talk about when the first time she talks about her daughter on the show.
Boy, she was a piece of work, that kid. She darn love of my life.
And she literally, it was the second take, and she took a beat, and you felt the room get quiet, and then it felt like right after a storm where there's just pure electricity. And then she just did a take that was nothing short of stunning. And I remember just watching with couldn't help it, just tears rolling down my cheeks. And I was like, you can't, that we're watching it happen. And now America gets to enjoy that. And Jenny has killed it. The fact that we have the scripts that we do, the writer's room that came up with that many consistent card flips and so many deeply investable moments in relationships. It's crazy. It's crazy. I wish everyone could sit behind Video Village and just watch these people work, because it is incredible.